got a job to do here in the 6th District that needs to be done on a national basis, which is to expose to the good, decent, conservative people of our country, of our district, that the force that they're supporting is not the friend of their own deep values. It is not conservative, and we can see that by the way they trample on our political traditions. Like on the debt ceiling, which we don't deal with that way. Like the filibuster, that we do not use that way. A conservative understands you don't just sweep your traditions aside. You honor them, you protect them. They're there for a reason. But not this group. They're not conservative. They're not patriotic. We now know that even before President Obama was inaugurated, they met together to say, we're going to make this president fail. And I don't think there's been a single time that an opposition party has made that their priority, but especially at a time of national crisis, when we had 2 wars that they had botched, when we had a health care crisis that was bankrupting us from the federal government through the businesses to families, but especially at a time when the whole American economy and the global economy were on the edge of an abyss. You don't want the president to fail if you're a patriot. If the president fails, we only got one of them at a time, the country fails, and tens of millions of Americans suffering. No real patriot would ever want to do that.
This book is an attempt to show us what it is we're up against, to show us what the huge stakes are in this battle that we really need to rouse ourselves to fight. It is a call to battle, and it is a picture of the battlefield, and it is a strategy for winning. We are blessed to have still enough tools of the democracy that we're able to fight this battle simply by putting out the truth. The stakes could not be higher. A force has arisen on the political right, which is gaining in power, has gained enormous power in the course of the last generation, in the course of the last 15 years, and has the capacity, and is well along the way, of turning us into a completely different kind of society, one where the few dominate and exploit the many, where propaganda masquerades as truth, and where the people are not served by their government but exploited. We're on our way in that direction. Not to mention what could happen to our planet as a whole, because this same force is disabling us from responding to what may be the greatest crisis to face humankind. I address it to liberal America because the response from liberal America has been blind and weak. The Democrats have failed to respond to the most lawless presidency in American history, guilty of probably half of all the impeachable offenses we've ever had, and has failed, for example, in the 2014 election to respond to what the Republican Party had done, which was a disgrace, a betrayal of the nation, right in front of everybody's eyes. Deliberately hobbling the people's government, preventing us from doing the people's business in order to gain political advantage. That should have been the central issue, and it wasn't, and that's symptomatic of the larger picture of liberal America failing to respond. A line from William Butler Yeats' poem comes to mind to describe America in our times. He says that the best lack all conviction, while the worst are filled with a passionate intensity. The question is, why is there that discrepancy? Well, the worst, the people who have been captured by this force that's risen on the right, are filled with a passionate intensity because the propaganda machine has connected them through lies with their moral and spiritual passions. They are defending the values they hold sacred against phony threats, but still, they're connected. In liberal America, where we have the best forces at work now, there is not that connection. And that is a problem that needs to be corrected. What we're up against as a book is an attempt to correct that by showing what we're up against and inspiring us to respond as our heroes do in our fantasies, to see that our basic values are at stake and that we are connected with a moral and spiritual passion to defend them. I am trying with this book, what we're up against, to light a fire in liberal America, to help bring people in touch with that power that we're going to need to turn this around, because we don't have the power of the Koch brothers' billions. We are not going to out-organize the right-wing things that have been organized over the past 40 years. We're not going to out-propagandize the right-wing media. What we've got is a moral and spiritual truth that can carry us through. And so I wrote this book, not just to be read, though that's the beginning, but to make something happen, to bring people in together to create a movement. Here's how you can help us build this movement. First of all, we need money. This movement will be successful to the extent to which it can get out and reach and bring people in and do so quickly. And to do it quickly and to do it in a widespread way requires that we spend some money, so you can help out that way. The second thing is, read the book. See if it lights your fire. And if reading this book lights your fire, which I am hoping it's going to do, then the next thing to do is to take that fire and spread it around. Spread the word about this book and about this movement to other people that you know, like-minded people in your network. You can spread the word by sending an email to those people. You can spread the word using the social media, by your Facebook page, by Twitter, by Instagram. You can spread the word by coming and getting our brochure off our website and getting it to people at the Bernie Sanders events. There's all kinds of ways you can spread the word. And finally, the last thing you can do is to come join in the process of building the movement, where at our website at whatweareupagainst.org, we have a place where we're discussing how we're going to take this book and these ideas and use them as a way of changing the balance of forces between the constructive and destructive forces in America. So come join, bring your creativity, bring your energy, and we can find our way to make this happen. There isn't any blueprint for something like this, but it is possible for us to do, and if we pool our energies, we can pull it off. We might hit the home run, and we'll for sure hit the single. We can make a difference using this book and the picture it presents.
This Republican Party is a fraud. It is based on lies. You can see that in Ryan's speech last week. You can see it in every utterance. I can see it in the emails I get from Bob Goodlatte. They pretend to be one thing, they are another. The truth is our weapon. Let's go fight that battle and win it.